Hey!
How's it going, everybody?
Happy Easter!
Hope you're having a happy Easter.
Oh,
As
guess
her
what?
phone blows up, that's professional. So we hope everybody's having a good Easter, happy Sunday. Hanging out with the family, playing with the kids, chasing the eggs.
Chasing the eggs.
Chasing the eggs. We've had a pretty fun morning with our kids and everything today too. But we're here now to do Sunday Fam Chat. See a lot of familiar faces, and I also see a lot of people from back in the day. I think I
Yes.
saw Paul Welch was in the chat,
Yes.
which I haven't
No
heard from
way.
him. I haven't heard
Yeah.
from him in a long time, so that's really cool to see. So we're
Hope
bringing,
you're feeling well, Paul.
we're bringing some of our paranormal people in with our TIPA TV peeps. And now you guys are all going to be able to mingle a little bit more. That is cool.
Woohoo!
So
Nice.
as everybody knows in our promotions and everything we've been putting out there, we have Kevin Richardson on the show with us over here.
What?
He's a former member of TIPA Research, and for all our followers who know, we've shared a lot of old footage, shared a lot of old experiences, and kind of told you what it was like back in the day. But we wanted to bring Kevin on so you could ask him some questions about what it was like to be on the team. And pick his brain a little bit, what it was like to investigate with us. So thanks for joining, Kevin.
Thanks for having me on. Any chance that I have to kind of blow you guys up and promote what you're doing is awesome. My first investigation with you guys was at the Ogden Union Station.
Mm.
And it wasn't so much the ghost hunting that drew me in. It was the teamwork that I saw, that I was just like, I've always been kind of a team player, but when I watched you guys together, reeling in your cameras and setting stuff up and your communication, that's what, I never seen quite a tight knit group of people doing this before. And that's what drew me to kind of start following you guys. And it snowballed really quickly from there in a good way.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. I think we all grew. We all learned quite a bit more about the paranormal. We all kind of learned what it's like to work with a solid team and solid approach.
Going solo is great, but you will go much further, much faster with a team of good people.
And that's what we explain to a lot of our fam that we have now. So a lot of the people who know us from our videos that we've been putting on YouTube since December. So they see us doing Randonautica. They see us doing some paranormal, some exploration. They see what we're doing nowadays. But so a lot of people don't realize our background. They don't realize where we came from.
Yeah, it's a total progression.
Yeah,
and the thing about the paranormal is it's great. It is great, but you can only take so much of hearing people's same old EVPs, people's same old spirit box sessions, and you do have to venture out to grab people. And the two parts of paranormal stuff, number one is the ghosty, paranormal, unexplained captures that are just one of a kind and super cool. The other thing is the entertainment value. And when you produce a video, you are, whether you admit it or not, you're doing it to entertain people so they'll watch it and hopefully learn something from it.
It's true. We've explained to a lot of our people that TIPA Research originally formed as being a tech team. All we were doing is providing the tech support. But, as more demand came in, I had to start building our team up. And it was really an interesting experience, even back in the day, of going from, I'm going to run cameras, I'm going to run the equipment, to we had our own investigations. I mean, we did some investigations that were phenomenal. We had
Yeah.
some amazing experiences
did.
out there.
Amazing. And a lot of that came from being in a group with a lot of different, avenues that to reach out to locations and just knowing locations and yeah, doing all that stuff. It really is a progression as to where you're at today, or where a lot of us are at today. Even Paul, there's a lot of, you really start to get into editing and messing around with the entertainment value of it.
Yeah, and that's where I started getting into filmmaking and doing videography and doing editing. It was for the paranormal days when we're sitting there watching all the surveillance cameras for hours on end
Hours.
and trying to put something together so it'll at least keep people semi-engaged to want to watch it,
I just want to say hello. I see a lot of new people coming into view, and I just want to say hello. Welcome, you guys.
Yeah. Well, like I said, a lot of these people that know us now, they know me and Marianne from what we've been filming lately. We put out 2 videos a week, and I don't know if you've caught any of them yet, but we just did our top 10 last Friday, our top 10 videos, and it was kind of interesting just to watch the progression with that, seeing how when we went out and did our first video for this channel, it was on a total whim. We didn't think much about it, and
Putting
all
it
of a sudden
together.
our channel took off. I mean, it really hit, and
you guys deserve it. And a lot of people don't know this, but the local paranormal community owes TIPA Research a ton of gratitude, whether they know it or not. When we started, it was like 15 years ago when I hooked up with you guys, and there were so many people that you were drawing into the investigations, and a lot of them saw the same thing that I saw. Was like, man, this is a great group of people. How can I get on this team? And you can only have so many people on a team before the politics gets crazy. So, I have to give it to you that a lot of the paranormal teams that are still around here doing public investigations and, residential cases are teams that spun from TIPA Research. And like, I honestly don't know any, to just be quite honest, I don't know any that have made the evolution to still being running and successful that didn't come from a TIPA inspired position. I've seen a lot of startup teams, a lot of teams go up and go out really quickly, but the ones that I see that are still around have a deep TIPA connection, and that says a lot about you and how you run things, both of you, and how you run things, and so just congratulations to where you are. You deserve it.
Well,
Thank you so
we definitely
much.
appreciate that.
Yeah. And you were a part of that. I mean, we really did a lot with you, and you were very committed, very dedicated. And
I just like running my mouth and
no,
you were a key element. You're a key element in a lot of what was happening. Because I mean, you're a professional. When you were out there on investigation, you were a professional. You were on point, and you conducted yourself in a way that demanded respect. People came to you. People came to you, and they were asking you questions just because you had that. People viewed you as a person, a high status person in the environment. So you constantly had people coming to you asking you questions, which I thought was cool. for two
It's fun.
reasons.
It's fun to share that stuff when you know it, but you know that you don't know it all. It's fun to share that stuff with other people because you never know who's going to open their mouth and say something that opens your eyes to, and you go, okay, wow, I never thought about that. This is like your second investigation, and I've just learned something from you.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. But then, as all that progressed, and I wish that people could see some of the paranormal entertainment talk show or listen to some of those podcasts. We had a lot of high profile interviews that we did and talked to people from very tops of, celebrity paranormal TV to, the first investigation type people.
Mm-hmm.
And you learn just as much from both levels as you do, you learn as much on both levels as you would from the other.
They're different perspectives. Absolutely.
Well, keeping the open mind. I think keeping an open mind is always key because
Mm-hmm.
the minute you think you know it all,
Oh,
you're hanging around the wrong circle because
Yeah.
nobody knows it all, And I bet you even like Ed and Lorraine Warren was still learning new
Oh,
things
yeah.
right down to the last days. There's
Absolutely.
always something new to learn, a new experience to have.
And from those people, from those two examples, they, from what I understand, they were easy to talk to people that understood exactly what you're saying
Mm-hmm.
and weren't too proud. Like, do you know how hard it is to interview Zach Bagans? You're probably
I can
more
imagine.
likely to get an interview from Lorraine Warren than you are from him. But at the same time, I think, entertainment, like paranormal entertainment, it hit a plateau and it really hasn't come back. And like whether you admit it or not, the Ghost Adventures crew is still on top of that pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to bring back Ghost Hunters, which is the longest running entertainment show.
Yeah.
And it just didn't hit the same cylinders because the whole landscape had changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you felt that too, because that's why you have progressed to where you're at. It's not all about EVP, Spirit Box.
Right.
You do have to do those exploration and paranormal and fun videos all together.
Yeah, it's you're right. It's a different place now than where it used to be,
Right.
and we just have to evolve with the times, not expect the times to evolve with us. We do have a question for you from Misty Bowers. Kevin, are you still doing paranormal investigations now that you are not with TIPA anymore?
Well, there's yes and no. So several years ago, I teamed up with Josh on several episodes. I had a podcast, a paranormal entertainment talk show. There's still a Facebook, and the following is pretty big. It's like 6,000 followers or something now. And we would review TV shows, movies, real life investigations, anything entertainment value with the paranormal. And we've actually talked about trying to bring that back because it really was it was a high profile show. And there were very few, I guess, celebrity interviews that we were not able to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of one thing. As far as paranormal investigations, I hadn't investigated with you guys in a long time. And, that I would love to. I would really love to. But I would do like a weekend or two, but to commit to a team,
Mhm.
you really have to commit. You know, to say, yeah, I'll be on board and then not show up
Right.
100% all of the time is not only defeating of yourself, but it's more defeating to the people that you committed to.
Right.
And you're letting down a huge group of people. So I can't really commit to it, you know, with life how it is right now. You know,
Mhm.
I have 2 jobs and 2 kids, and you know, steady paranormal investigation is more than I can commit to right
Right.
now. And before anyone commits to a team, you really have to ask yourself, because it does, you know, you're scouting locations, you're doing interviews, you're setting up, you're doing the actual investigation, you're doing all of your editing and your equipment review
And the research.
and the research. It just, so many hours have to be devoted, you know, and if,
Mhm.
especially if you're just doing for fun, you know, you go out to, you know, Area 51 or someplace and you're just doing it for fun, it's not that big a deal.
Mhm.
But when you're actually trying to make a production, or even worse, if you get a residential case, which we did all the time, we would go on location and end up in a residential case.
Mhm.
Just because people, oh, you're a ghost hunter, I need your help, please.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, you really have to be committed. But yeah, I would love to go out with you guys. And
Well, tell you what, we got 18 people in the chat right now. If we get at least 10 number ones commented on the thread, we will hook up with Kevin and we will go out and do an investigation at a location.
That'd be awesome.
But I want to see a bunch of ones popping up in that chat, and we'll set it up with Kevin because I think we have a good location for him.
Absolutely. And while they're doing that, Lisa, I'm going to answer your question. Have you set up your Amazon account for the trip? Sort of. I got the first section of it done yesterday and had to squirrel with Eastern kids and stuff. So today I'm wrapping that up and I will have that posted in some links.
And for Kevin, you're probably not aware of this, but what's happening is coming in May, we are going to be traveling the country, meeting up with our fam and our other content creators all over the country.
I'm so excited.
So we're
Wow.
going to be gone for
3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
depending on how it works out. But we're going to be on a road trip for visiting a lot of the people that are supporting us and kind of helping us continue to grow and everything. So, if you
wow,
ever,
that's going to be huge for you guys.
Mhm.
That's going to be really huge. And another thing, you know, when we do investigate together,
Mhm.
and you'll have this if you investigate with several different teams, like we've done, you know, it seems like when certain people get together, you end up with consistent content, consistent results.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it seems like, you know, we have had a group of people that no matter where we went, it was very rarely a dead, dull night. So, yeah, I'm excited to hang out with you guys. I would love that.
Well, as long as we see those ones in the comments, I think it
Yeah.
blew up a little bit already. We have another question for you from Misty. Kevin, how did you get interested in the paranormal?
I don't think I even know this one.
You know, I'm like a lot of people. You know, I've always had things happen that I couldn't explain, but it wasn't until I started seeing it on TV that I was like, you know what, I could probably do this. And you know, I started going out solely by myself, and I caught a couple little EVPs, and I learned, I taught myself how to put those together. But it wasn't until I went and met up with TIPA at the Ogden train station that I really saw how the team worked and how there were other people. You know, I wasn't sure if the TV thing was real or if it wasn't real.
Right.
You never can tell, but when you see that many devoted people working together, it really hit me and was like, whoa, this is real. I don't know if the TV thing, I don't know if Ghost Adventures is real. I don't know if Ghost Hunters is real, but I know that this is real. I can see it and I can feel it. And that's what really ignited that light, that spark.
Man, you blew it up. You
did.
went into it like a pro and you maintained it like a pro.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool. We got a comment here from Trudy. I don't think anything on primetime TV can compete with YouTubers. They own it, especially TIPA. Thank you. That's sweet. And the others that are very good too.
Thank you, Trudy.
And that's one thing that we're learning ourselves is that TV is becoming a thing of the past. It really is.
Oh, it is.
Everything's online now. I mean, everything's streaming. You know?
Yeah.
And what's even stranger is even if you have cable, now they're doing the like Disney Plus, the Discovery Plus. So you have to subscribe to another cable subscription just to even get to that content. So, but I would say if you don't believe or unsure if you believe what you're seeing on TV, try it. Go do it. Go find a group. There's plenty of them out there. Hop on the internet and you could find someone that is going somewhere that could inspire you and lead you in a direction that you want to go.
Yeah, somebody you can trust and somebody that you connect with. There's another question from Neva. Kevin, have you seen the tunnel videos? I doubt you have. Our videos of the tunnel?
I don't think so.
Oh,
you need to catch up on our videos, Kevin.
Yeah,
I will.
Because it sounds like they want you to go to the tunnel, but we'll see.
Yeah, a couple people want you to go to the tunnel, but
yeah.
I thought you were talking about our Fear Factory tunnel video.
Oh, that tunnel?
Yeah, there was like this huge crash. There was one when TIPA Research got into the Fear Factory, the haunted attraction now. Before it was the haunted attraction, and it was the cement factory in conversion. And there's some tunnels down there that we've had so many crazy experiences. So I thought you were talking about that at first. We've been in several tunnels.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. True.
Just be aware, our fam that's with us now, that's following us now, they've only seen our content that we produced since December.
Yeah.
So they don't know about back then a whole lot. I mean, I shared some videos.
Some things,
them, so yeah, we had a video that was pretty big. It was a 3-part series in a tunnel. You're going to have to watch the whole series of videos to really understand what happened. But
I'm going to watch those tonight. I promise you, I'm going to watch those tonight.
Well, make sure you grab a drink and some popcorn, because
it's 3 parts. It's a mini series on that one, so you might take it over a couple of days.
But I'm seeing a lot of people saying they'd love to see you on one of our episodes, and so
that would be so awesome.
We just have to make it happen.
It would feel like home again. It would be great.
Well, we'll make it happen. We'll set up a schedule when you're available, and like I said, I think we know of a couple good places that we might be able to take you. Paul Welch, I don't watch any paranormal TV shows. I live it.
Yes. Yep. We know you do.
Yeah, and if anyone doesn't know Paul, he's one of those go-to people in this field that will tell you true, he'll tell you right, and he doesn't play around when it comes to his content and his editing, and top notch as far as I'm concerned, and how he treats people, his content, and he does a lot of funning around during the investigation, which is good. But as far as go-to people in this field, he's one of the best. And I hope, and I know that he had some work done here recently, so I hope you're feeling better, Paul.
Absolutely, Paul. We hope you the best on that. Misty has another question for you. What is the most intense experience that you have had?
You've heard this one probably a million times, but it was another investigation at in Eagle Mountain at the Stagecoach Inn, that something followed me home and was there for a long time and attacked me and my wife both in our sleep at the same time. Was messing with my alarms. I actually saw the thing with my eyes. It was calling my name in her voice over and over, and was affecting my roommates also. That was probably the most significant. That's when you kind of back up and go, okay, what did I do to deserve this? And what I believe, I know what I did. It was one of those nights where nothing happened. The whole night, nothing happened, except for the last 10 seconds. It was the only spirit box response we got. And, and I think I said something along the lines of use my energy and blah, blah, blah. And as I was shutting off the machine, I got a response. And as soon as I shut it off, as it responded, like all of us kind of sat around in silence, because we were like, we all just heard it. And it was so surprising. So that was one. That was at the Stagecoach in Eagle Mountain. But I've got three. And I've been thinking about one. It was a location in Wyoming that we were doing, that some people had a residential that they wanted us to come look at. And it wasn't until after it was all said and done, what we captured, which is on YouTube, and it's, to me, I know it's mine, but it's one of the best paranormal videos that I've ever produced. We caught an attack on tape, and it's some of the best and scariest spirit box responses I've ever had. And we brought a shaman out who, I told her nothing about it. She went right to the spot and started pushing this thing out the door. And we had, all our detectors and everything. And she was actually pushing it out the door as we were backing up, so, and that one was, it affected me because of how serious it was and how dark and controlling that this thing was. It really makes you hold stronger to your core values and your religious beliefs, if you have any, because if that thing gets a hold of you, I'll drop the link. I have to find it because it was hidden for a long time, because the people whose house it was, I had it hidden for a long time, and they let me release it publicly. But that was the second one. The third one it doesn't have anything to do with ghost hunting. It was after my father and my dog passed away. They both visited me after they had passed, in the same exact scope. It was like, I know it's going to sound weird, but I was naked. I wasn't allowed to have clothes in this place of life. But it really was. I wasn't allowed to have clothes in this place, and it was pure light, and they both came to me in the same way, and it was so impactful that actually I let up on ghost hunting a lot after that, because a lot of the questions that I had about the hereafter had been answered.
Mm.
And that's one of those firsthand experiences that, you know, you need to happen to you,
Right.
or you believe it or you feel it. And
Yep.
it's one of those things that it's like telling someone there's a ghost in your house. You never know how someone else is going to react to what you're about to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We've
so
had
those
a
are
couple.
those are three examples.
Yeah, we've had a couple show up on our live streams before.
Yep.
Are there, so it was. Um,
Those are cool. Those are really, really cool stories, though. I mean, and you're right. You know, some things are really personal just for you, and you can tell others all the experiences you've ever had, and you're always going to get somebody that just questions it and doesn't believe it, or could be this, could be that, and that's okay because they're not there yet. But
Yeah,
you know, for you, and you can't give that to somebody else. They have to find it.
exactly.
They have to find it for themselves. You can't give it, and it's
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
also, I mean, you also have to be extremely careful in that regard too, because if you're looking for that experience and that confirmation, you got to be careful who you're going out with too, because if you're going out with the wrong people, they can go off the deep end pretty quick.
That's true.
Know? Yeah.
And we've seen it through
Yes, we
TIPA.
have.
We've seen it time and time again. People drop off the deep end, and you know, for me to go, oh, she went crazy, is a little judgmental, because I don't really know what these people are actually dealing with. You know, it really, what I saw, the case that we had in Wyoming was so dark that, you know, if something like that gets a hold of you, it can really affect you and make you seem crazy to the rest of the world. And even your fellow investigators go, you have gone and lost your mind, but it really may not be them, you know? So
that's a very good point.
Yeah, but also the psychology behind it. I mean, for some people, if activity starts happening, they immediately jump to the conclusion that the activity is happening solely because of them, and everything that happens is their situation.
Yeah.
And they try to own everything that happens when that's not really the case, you know. And I think that was one of the hardest things that when I talk to people about it is I would tell them you need to have an open mind. So you have to be willing to absorb information from whatever direction it comes in and base your judgment off of that. You need to make sure that the people you connect with are people that are reputable, that have their head on straight, you know. And number 3 is, if anybody tells you something as fact, they're wrong, because nothing in the paranormal is fact. It's firsthand experience, it's opinions, it's theories, it's things along those lines, but it's not factual, because it wouldn't be paranormal if there were hard facts to back up everything that they're stating. You know, it changes.
Yeah.
You know, but it was hard for people to see that. We did have a few people asking you for the link for the video you were talking about. So
I will find that link and I will drop it in the comments under this YouTube video.
Yeah, just give them a little bit, guys.
We'll also put it in our Discord as well. So for everybody who follows us on Discord, you'll be able to just click the link from there as well. Paul Welch also mentioned that you helped him with a video, Eureka. It disappeared. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, that ain't it.
Eureka Unearthed. Yeah, we did a feature film in Eureka. Strangely, right before Ghost Adventures did their episode, we had put out Eureka Unearthed, and just so happened Ghost Adventures followed us and did the same. Was it circumstance, or were they watching YouTube, and so this is a good place.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a really cool place because we had the access to almost the entire town and the surrounding mines and land, and that's a really good one to see. Eureka Unearthed.
And Paul, if you could send us a link to that as well, we'll share it here on the comments below the video, but also on our Discord. So anybody who wants to go and watch that, by all means, and go check that
And,
out.
and Paul did, I believe, all the editing on that film. Amazing edit, and it's a good one. It's a good one to watch.
All
Cool.
right, I think you got enough people sold on it.
Yeah, actually, some of the same people in that episode were in the Ghost Adventures episode that were there too.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, it's like they're following you guys around.
They were.
The real deal.
Yeah, I think they even used some of the footage out of that. I'm not sure. Can't remember. It's been a while.
Well, that's cool. What's one of your most memorable moments with TIPA Research back when we were running the team? What's the one thing that stands out to you, number one, aside from how we function together?
I was going to say that's the number one, was that very first night watching you guys as a team. That's what really pulled me in. I guess the second thing, I can't really say that there was that one thing, but this is more of a long-term collaborative thing, but just the progression, to watch the progression within the team and watching TIPA as a whole not staying the same and kind of moving with, how the paranormal field was moving and how people were reacting to it and what people were reacting to, constantly trying to keep it changing and inclusive, and that was really fun. That was a really fun part. Is just changing with it, and we went from just here and there to residentials to podcasts to videos to it just, and the next thing and now YouTube, so that's always fun to stay with you guys on that edge and see where you're going, because the rest of us kind of follow. Really.
Yeah, we noticed that through the years, but we always viewed that as a humbling experience. It was just, we listen to people, we talk to people, we listen to them. And I think one of the things that really made us that caught more people's attention is when we got the trailer and we set up our trailer. I miss that thing.
I know, I do too.
But I mean, those of you guys who aren't familiar with what we're talking about, we actually got a single axle trailer that we totally customized. It
was so awesome.
We had 3 monitors up and a workbench and speakers and like 2 different computers and the DVR system, and that was our where our base was. From
our mobile command center.
From there,
when you see a trailer pull up and it has outside DVR hookups on the outside, something's going on.
That was all custom, though. I mean, that first hole we drilled into the side of that trailer was very sketchy, because we're drilling a 2-inch hole into the side of this brand new trailer. Turned out good though, so I mean that worked. But
so that's 2 of the things: the teamwork and the progression. The other thing is just being able to be with a group of people that could get into locations that you by yourself could not get into alone. That was so exciting to hear Josh go, "Hey man, we're investigating this adobe house, and it's like the first house in all of Utah." And you're just like, oh my God, that's pretty huge, and on and on. A lot of those type locations that you never even heard of,
Right.
So those are the most memorable.
Yeah, one of my favorite places was always the Draper School. I mean, when I think back to the day, the Draper School is one of those places that
that was one of
that
mine.
always is on my forefront.
Yeah,
I love that place.
Some of the experiences and pictures that we pulled out of that place are just, they're stunning and one of a kind experiences. I miss it.
Absolutely.
Cheryl's asking, can't you make another trailer for your road trip? We could, but we don't have the funding. Those trailers are expensive.
Yes, and we don't have a way to pull it anymore. So.
Well, we do. We just need to put a hitch receiver on it.
Well. Yeah.
And there's a lot of technical aspects of trying to wire a trailer.
Yes.
With computers, with batteries, with lights, with, recharge ports, with there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, and there were times where we were actually able to hook that trailer up to a battery and run the trailer for about, I think it was about 9 hours on that one battery. I mean, you're running a lot of stuff on a battery, but it was holding, it was working.
It was working.
Yeah, so, when you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's no power, and you can still run the base and have someone sit there and watch your back.
Yeah.
That's pretty clutch.
Yeah. So a lot of the other groups and stuff that branched off, I mean, I've been out of the paranormal loop for a while as far as the local community goes. It kind of got weird there for a while.
Yeah, it did.
And I kind of had to just kind of disconnect myself from it because there was just a lot going on that I didn't want to be part of.
And you'll have that with bigger groups of people. And I was talking about the politics that go into bigger groups. People start spinning all different kind of directions, and sometimes you just gotta back away from it and see where the chips fall and go back in where you see fit.
Wait for the dust to settle.
Yeah.
So one of the things that actually started this channel, and I don't know, have you ever heard of Randonautica?
I watched one of your videos that kind of went into that a little bit. It's been several months. But tell me more.
Well, we had somebody who was asking if you've tried it yet. So, well, it's depending on who you ask, they're going to tell you pretty much a different thing. It's an app that they generated to where you pick a certain distance from where you're at, within walking distance up to like 6 miles. And you get different selections like a power, you get void,
and a tractor.
You get an attractor. And what you're supposed to do is you're really supposed to think of an intent of what you want to find when you go to this location or when you go to where it generates a point at. So you can pick spooky or scary or peaceful or
a color. I mean, it could be anything.
History of the past or something like that. And you hit it, it generates the random location. And you go to this location and see if you could find that which matched your intent.
Okay.
And it uses Google Maps to pinpoint where you're going, and then you just go to where that location is and see what you find.
I already have in my mind, I have a purpose for this.
Pokemon Go.
I have a gold detector, metal detector, and
nice.
I'm wondering, I'm thinking treasure. I'm wondering if it can lead me to something really cool.
Maybe that's what we should do.
We should do that
we
because
should take them on a random hunting trip.
I'm telling you, I had a metal detector for a couple years, and I absolutely loved that thing. Loved it.
I'm a
And
hunter of all sorts, and not just ghost hunting. I think once you become a hunter and you kind of get that appetite for the adventure, for the finding, for
mhm.
the trip. It falls into many types of hunting, and that might be a very good video for us to do.
I think it'd be awesome.
Kind of a treasure hunting thing using the Randonautica, and see if we can make that true.
Let's do it.
I think so.
Let's do it.
But you owe me some toilet paper.
I do.
Yes, because we just got a donation through PayPal from Paranormal Veracity magazine.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So thank you so much.
So Kevin, we get donations, and every 5 donations, she gets 3 squares. And so she just scored herself 6 squares of TP. So
I win.
There's a few videos back where we were on a live stream with Rooted Expedition, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And they always do this big thing, is it over or under? And I said, I don't care as long as it's available. After we got off the live stream, I went to the bathroom, and there was this little tiny nub
unavailable.
I came walking in. I was like, this is what I was talking about. She was recording me. She was recording me going, this is what I was talking about. I just wanted to
You might want to hang on to those few squares, because wherever we go, wherever Randonautica leads us, you might end up having to use those in the middle of nowhere. So
yep.
We put that in your pocket.
We recycle, don't worry. It's unused.
Well, we don't.
Well, we don't recycle. That probably came out really bad.
Yeah,
we don't recycle that.
That's just gross. But no, thank you for the donation. We seriously do appreciate it, and thank you. But yeah, we're working on a lot of different things right now. So we're doing Randonautica videos. We're doing exploration videos. We're doing paranormal. We're kind of just going with our instinct, and it's like, what do you think's going to happen today? And then we go and do it, So this using the metal detector, going out there, we're down to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're full time into this right now, so It's not a matter of working our schedule; it's more of working your schedule.
So it would be interesting to see if we could use it for that kind of instance, and if it pans out, if we can make it true.
Yeah, and if we find a treasure, the video won't make it on air, so nobody can claim the treasure. That was my treasure. Well, where was it buried? Right there on that video. See? How much was there? I don't know. They didn't say. But that's mine.
But at the end of the day, TIPA Research you have really been in front of the ball most of the time. And like I said, there's not a team that's still ongoing in the Salt Lake Valley that really hasn't had some kind of tie-in to TIPA or through TIPA. Mm-hmm. And, I think a lot of people, even video editing, people like myself, still follow your leads. And, I think the paranormal world here.
Oh, I think we just lost him.
Oh, no. He'll be back, though.
Yeah, it looks like he just dropped off mid-sentence. But while we wait for him until he pops back in, I got to say, wow, I didn't think he was going to. I mean, I knew he loved the team. I knew he loved what we did, but that's really.
He was a very integral part of the team.
He was. He really was.
We ran strong for quite a while. It was, for me, I could say for me, it felt like an extended family. We were very close. We always had each other's backs. You have to in the field, because you never know what's going to happen for one. I mean, it could real people, not real people, homeless people. You don't know what you're going to come across. People randomly get ill, not necessarily paranormal. I mean, you really have each other's backs because it's safety, and we really had a strong team, and he was a very, very big part of that for a lot of years.
Yeah, he certainly was.
Yeah.
I mean, I carried the utmost respect for Kevin during the time, and I trusted everything he said. If he said something was not a good idea or something was sketch, and I'd listen to that feedback. I mean, I'd listen to my whole team, and I would kind of grow from what the whole team was saying. Sometimes I'd make choices that they didn't agree with, but it's because, being the leader of a group, sometimes you need to make the unpopular choices.
All right.
So I had to make those choices. There were times where we had investigations and I wasn't able to go out on them, either because of back surgery or because of personal problems or whatnot. But I knew that the rest of the team can go out, and I knew that that team can handle it. And I knew that I didn't have to be there to watch every step of the process because they knew what they were doing. They had their stuff together. They were skilled. And they had their heads on straight. Oh, okay, I think he's back. Let's see if we can pop him back in.
That's all right. Welcome back.
My device overheated and it just cut off. So
cut off.
I got it fixed now. But anyway, what I was saying is, I think the paranormal community, especially around here, owes you a huge debt of gratitude for all the years that you've put in, all the, hard work that you've put in, all the, just the corralling of people, running the meetup and running Facebook stuffs and running your website and all the things that you've tried to do to stay on the edge of what's next. I think we've all, anyone that has ever had anything to do with TIPA in any way has learned something and has come out the other side a better investigator, and really just a better person. So, I think there's a whole debt of gratitude that, you are deserving of all the good stuff that's coming to you now.
I mean, we truly appreciate that, but honestly, it wasn't all just us. It was our team. It was every member of the group, every person who was handling, different aspects of it. You yourself deserve a lot of that as well, because you yourself was out there representing the team on a regular basis, making new contacts, setting up things, It was the whole team. It wasn't just me personally. It wasn't just Marianne personally. It was each and every one of us as a group. And, I love the fact that we made such a huge impression on the local community. And even some of the groups that aren't around anymore, I believe the people are still out there, and I believe the people are still doing it as, freelance or individuals or whatever you want to call it. Not so much a team, so they can do it on their own schedule when they have the time. But we were full blown run and gun. We were ready to go out and do an investigation anytime we were needed. And I don't mean so much just the public meet and greets, but for the residential people that were calling us up and saying, "Hey, I'm scared out of my mind. I need help." We were there.
And it didn't have to be on a weekend.
We didn't say, well, we'll put you on the books for 2 weeks from now. We're like, okay, we could be there in an hour.
Right.
Yeah. And, we covered this. I don't know if you remember this episode, but we covered this on Pets, the paranormal talk show, where we talked about the evolution of an investigator, the different phases that they go through from beginner to, seasoned vet.
And I remember
that. And all those things were true. You start out gung ho, and then you go to where you're like, I don't know if I'm just into it, and then you get back into it, and then you want the really big cases, as opposed to like anything that you can get. But I believe that there's another layer there that we didn't realize, and that is when people like myself, life just kind of gets in the way, and you have to do you, and when you can't focus on someone else, you really have to do you until you can have the time and the energy and the focus to really focus on someone else. Unless you're going after trying to make a business out of it or make money out of it, or you're free of the responsibilities from family or your career or your job, whatever. All that stuff gets in the way, and it's really great that people like you kind of keep it going, so that people like me that kind of fall to the wayside a little bit but really want to make their way back, that this is another lip service to TIPA. You've been there the whole time. You've been there the whole time, and that is just another lip service to how great that you are. So and how great TIPA is. It's still alive, and it's been 20 years.
I'd have to go back and look. I really can't remember the day that it initially launched, but I know
if people out there don't know, TIPA has been around for I'm going to say between 18 and 20 years. That's where I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'll look up the dates of.
I'll have to go back. But it's been a long time.
I still have the footage of the very first time I went out as a solo, doing my very first EVP session in the middle of the day at a cemetery. I still have that EVP clip from the very first time I ever caught one, and it was crazy. So I still have all the stockpile of stuff we've done.
Yeah, I do too.
So I don't let go of it,
And you owe me more toilet paper.
It is just as important as a family album. It really, I look back on it just the same.
It is.
We have such good memories, though. I love going through the old stuff and walking down memory lane. Okay, so I have to. You're giving me toilet paper because I just got another donation from Frank.
Oh crap! Thank you, Frank. Heck yeah!
Thank you.
How much do I give her?
10? Let's give Frank and Veracity Paranormal a round of applause.
Yes.
Okay, so you get a twofer because
it didn't go away.
Because it was recycled.
Because it's recycled. This is the kind of recycling I'm talking about, y'all.
You get twice as much because it is recycled. Is that
you need twice as much for that. That's a lot of crap.
Here, look, I'll share with you. Because it's Easter. There.
Okay, so sharing Easter.
But that's really amazing that you have really kept the TIPA ball rolling that long.
Yeah.
Some people's marriages don't last that long. Some people's careers don't last that long. Some people can't keep a car that long.
That's true. Neva, woo! Thank you.
$5. Thank you, Neva. 1, 2. I'm going to run out of toilet paper again. 3.
I'll find him some. Don't worry. We got this.
But no, I mean, TIPA, that's our thing, is TIPA has been evolving into so many different things, even outside of the paranormal. I mean, we ran TIPA Research for a very long time. Then we went to doing Utah Para Radio. We did that online radio show for a while. Then we did, I think, another radio show after partnerships branched called Points of Interest. But then we started our production video, which was TIPA Productions, which is our licensed business that we have running. And then we turned it into TIPA Studio. And then we started the YouTube channel, and it turned into TIPA TV.
It just kind of carried through. When you have that, like you said, when you have that reputation, and when you kind of make a name for yourself, you carry that through, because people expect to see the same commitment all the way through, and that's exactly what we decided to do.
It's hard. It's hard to let that go. I mean, it's just hard to let that go by itself, to know that you put in 10, 12, 15 years, and then stuff comes up in your life, and you're like, man, I gotta have to put that to the side and focus on me for a while. That's a big hit to your ego, number one. This is such a huge part of me, that's wrapped up in this thing, and to let it go idle, that's hard to do.
Well, the name TIPA, though, I mean, at least locally, and I mean, there's a lot of people out there. If they hear the name TIPA, they think of us, and that's why we kept it for our business, and that's why we kept it for our channel. And she is grabbing the mouse, if you guys are wondering, because.
Thank you, Rooted.
Thanks, Rooted.
Neva did it.
It was Neva's fault. All right, here you go.
Well, thank you both.
Thank you, Rooted.
Look, I'll have a matching hat.
Thank you,
there.
Neva.
Yours is falling.
Awesome. Yeah.
I don't think you care, though.
Got a small head.
All right.
But anyway, I really do think it would be a cool idea for us to hook up, and
yes,
we'll communicate back and forth, and we'll set up a time when you're available. I think the treasure hunt would be good during the day, so it's easier to see what's going on and how we're doing it. Then maybe if we can time it out, we'll do a nighttime investigation one, so you guys can kind of get a feel for our paranormal side of it.
That would be I would be down for a whole day.
Let's do it for real.
Half the day doing the treasure hunt using the Randonautica, and the other half, hopefully, that will lead us to a spur of the moment ghost hunt.
Thank you, Mike's Adventure, for another $5 donation. Here, I'll put it on my shoulder because she's running out of.
Yes,
oh crap!
But I agree with you. I think that would be super awesome.
Yeah, we just dropped in another $2.99. That gives you two.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Oh, website dropped. You dropped it. Somebody dropped it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Choo choo.
I'll just tuck it in my. I'll use it like a bib right here. So there we go. But no, I think we definitely set that up. I think that would be incredible. Also, I mean, if you ever want to come down to the studio and actually sit down on air with us, I mean, that would be cool to have you.
Oh yeah.
That would be. I went back to the Paranormal Entertainment Talk Show episodes, and I had another co-host for a while, but the best ones were when you were sitting in the seat next to me. They were absolutely the best ones, and we actually had some phenomenal episodes. Even when we weren't doing ghost hunter, celebrities or ghost mine celebrities or whatever it was. Having you in that co-captain's chair or that captain's chair was the best of Paranormal Entertainment Talk Show.
Well, that's something. I know you're busy. I know you got a couple of kids. I know you got a couple jobs. I know you got a couple.
He's hustling.
And you're kind of just juggling them all. But it might be fun to resurrect the Paranormal Entertainment Talk Show sometime.
I do. I still have all my contacts, and that would be a dream of mine come true. Like I said, when you put something, put so much of yourself into something and have to let that go to the wayside, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
And I do. I want it back badly. And But one step at a time. You guys tell me what any Saturday or Sunday or maybe even Friday night. You tell me when and where, and I will be there.
That will be up to her.
I'm the scheduler.
Well, yeah, just a schedule, and we'll schedule you after the show with that.
Yeah.
one.
We'll
tell me
definitely make it
and-
happen.
And we will
We'll
make
make
this
it
happen.
happen. Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. Our fans are going to lose their minds with the CEO.
And
of the episode.
I will find that video of the residential case that we had in Wyoming that we caught the attack on. A little precursor to that video is we were investigating a courthouse where they had a lot of hangings, and it led to a residential where we just went over there for the interview, but the interview was so packed with stuff that started happening. We did an impromptu investigation right then. And what happened is it led us to their bedroom where we started getting the spirit box session. And it was like, oh my God, we have to record this right now. It's happening right now. And it led to some of the best, darkest, creepiest, clearest full sentence spirit box responses that I've ever gotten. But one of the ladies that lived there started choking, and you can see this black thing around her neck, and she had to leave. As soon as she turned to leave, it jumped out of her back, and you can see it. It's like a spider,
Holy crap.
octopus looking thing. And we were all standing around the bed, and it goes around the bed, and a person standing at the end of the bed started having an EMF spike as it moved in front of her. And we caught this on video, of course. And then I was standing with the camera guy, and it went right in front of the camera. You could see it right in front of the camera, just like that, walk right by us. And at that moment, the camera guy heard it right next to him and caught that on video. And so all of this stuff happened within maybe 2 minutes. I think it's a 5-minute clip that I put up, and all this stuff happened so fast. And the shaman that I brought, I told her nothing. I didn't even tell her we were leaving the Salt Lake Valley. I was just like, get in the car. I have this case. People need help. If you want to help, get in the car right now. And so she knew nothing, absolutely nothing. And as soon as she walked in, she went right to the place where the last time where the cameraman heard it, it went from the bed to the attack, and it walked around the bed, and it went right to the camera guy. She went right to that spot. I mean, immediately she said, it's right here. She started her blessing, and we were standing closest to the door, and all our instruments would go off, and we would back up, and she would start to cleanse closer and closer, and our instruments would go off, and we'd back up. And it happened like that all the way out the door. It was just an amazing capture. I will put that video in the comments below this as soon as it gets uploaded. I will put the comments in the comment section.
Yeah, put the link in the comments, and also shoot me a copy. I'll share it over on Discord, as well as I'll put it under our community tab on YouTube. So
Perfect.
in case they're not following us on Discord, or they're not getting notifications for the comments under this video, it'll be on our community section. So anybody can go there and click it and go and watch the video. We have a comment here from Dr. Samuel. How do you pronounce the last name?
Balu.
Balu. It seems to me that the continued success of TIPA rests on two important facets. One, a solid research and investigative heart backed with genuine curiosity. And number two, openness to the unknown and outcomes. Congrats.
Well, thank you.
That seems legitimate, and I concur. It really is. It's, I'm really interested to see what year you kind of actually started TIPA.
Yeah.
But yeah, that much time, and how much the paranormal field has changed, and how you've continued to roll with it and stay on the edge of it is, it tells about your heart and your determination. And it's awesome to see people like you and Paul Welch. He's another one. People like you guys in this field, it really makes me feel good about, having some solid backup when you need it.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on the show. I mean, you're opening the eyes to a lot of the fans that have been following us recently and kind of just getting to know us now, and hearing more about how we were in the past. It's very humbling, and we're very appreciative of the viewpoint of how you viewed how the team ran and how we represented ourselves. And it's very humbling to know that we were all a part of it. All three of us were a part of this amazing experience. We are going to hook up with you again here soon.
Yes, we are.
I'm excited.
We're going to set up at least one or two of the videos.
Yep.
Or the dates to shoot the video. And then we're going to go out and we're going to nail it.
I'm so excited.
Now,
to be like a reunion.
Now, if people want to reach out to you, Kevin, do you have any avenues for people to reach out to you if they want to pick your brain more on us?
The Paranormal Entertainment Talk Show is still on Facebook. It's not been that active as of late, but hopefully with your help, we will change that and put up some more celebrity ghost hunter interviews. And if you have some of the old ones that you would like to put up, some of your favorite ones, I know a couple that stand out to me is, some of the Ghost Hunter International guys that we interviewed were amazing interviews. We had three. I think we had 3 of the Ghost Mine interviews.
Yeah, Jay Verberg
we did Doyle, we did Jay, and we did the girl that's on Ghost Hunters now. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but all those were amazing interviews. So hopefully I can put up some of those so people can get a glimpse into where we were and hopefully where we're going to be. But yes, Paranormal Entertainment Talk Show on Facebook. And then
join our Discord. Then you'll be on there too.
Yeah, if you had time to join our Discord, that's a great avenue for you to just interact with people. So we are way past the hour. We're like an hour.
That went so fast.
That was so easy.
Yeah, well, we'd love to have you back on sometime. Again, it would be cool.
Well, we will. It's going to be a 2-part video, hopefully with you guys, the ghost hunt with the Randonautica, and ending with a impromptu ghost hunt.
Well, I meant on the fam chat, but yes, you're gonna be on those as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll see us next week. Hopefully we can do this sooner than later, because I don't know about you, but I'm really excited for this.
Yes, we absolutely are, and we're going to make it happen.
Excited.
Now, we're going to be heading over to Rooted Expeditions channel here. I'm not sure what time, but we're going to be at his after party. So if anybody wants to go over there, we're going to chill with Rooted Expedition on his channel. You know how those after parties go. So
yeah,
it started the whole toilet paper thing, if you remember right. So, Kevin, again, thank you for coming on the show. We greatly.
Hey, thanks for everyone who tuned in to hear us talk and your questions. And I'm looking to see all of you guys more often.
Awesome.
We're going to make it happen.
Very cool.
So, and have a good night. Don't forget, tune in Tuesday to see our premiere. We made some big changes on our videos. I think it's going to blow you away, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love what
First video of the new season, baby.
First video of the new season, and it is nothing like any of the videos of the past season. So
no, I think you're going to dig it.
So again, we love you. Have a good night. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Happy Easter.